Girl, you won't believe me. Do you remember when I was telling you that I've been very bored lately here? Well, I just bought my visa to go to Australia. I want to become a cowgirl for the summer. Lately, I've been getting real cozy in my comfort zone. I'm an actress, but what they don't show is that while you're doing auditions, you're just watching your life slipping away. The days begin to all look similar. And at New Year's, you look back and you realize that you don't really remember much of it, because all the days blend together. I decided I was sick of it, that I needed to do something. And right at the same time, my mom started talking about the working holiday visa in Australia. I didn't say anything about it, but I secretly researched it for about a day before I announced that I wanted to go. Yeah, it didn't take me long to make the decision. I bought the visa 2 days later, and the moment I got it, I took my plane tickets, and 2 weeks later I was flying to Darwin. During these 2 weeks of waiting to leave, I started to freak out a little bit. Honestly, I didn't want to feel myself like that on the internet. But that's the reality of leaving your family and not knowing when you're gonna come home. The hardest is leaving my dogs, because I love them so much. I really spend my time hugging them, and it's really hard knowing that in around a day I'm not gonna be able to see them again for I don't know how long, and I'm going so far away. It's not like I'm going to somewhere in Europe where I can just go home for the weekend, or even if it was in the US, it would have been easier. It's really breaking my heart, because my parents, I can talk to them, but my dogs, I can't. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to leave, but it's not because you want to that it's not scary. But the thing is, the thought of staying where I was even scarier. As the date of my flight was approaching, one question remained. Where will I be working? I wanted to become a cowgirl. That's what felt like the most adventurous thing to do. But while I was researching the internet for a place to work, no one would take working holiday visa holders. I learned during those few days that there's also a housing crisis, and that everyone goes to Darwin to work there during this time of year. As the days passed, I started to wonder, where would I live and work? And if I would even be able to stay there with my limited savings. I would only be able to stay a week without a job, and I met someone that was searching for a job for about a month at a time. But for some reason, I couldn't help but just know that it will be alright, even if I didn't know how yet. And the day before leaving to Australia, I got accepted into a station. I would only be volunteering, but at least I had a place to stay, no money to spend, and I would get some contacts and experience. And above all, I would actually become a cowgirl. I decided I would figure out the money later and just enjoy my experience there in a 280,000 hectare station. I was relieved, but the whole thing also got really real and very intimidating. The station is a 9-hour drive away from Darwin and 4 hours away from the nearest town. What if something went wrong there? I don't have a car. How would I leave if I needed to? But it felt right, so I decided to trust my gut feeling. And it's with that attitude that I left my home, my family, my dogs, and above all, my comfort zone. I woke up after 3 hours of sleep only, and we went to the airport. I cried a lot, but I guess it's just part of life, and we also live for these moments. I was okay with it. I had 4 flights in total, over 3 days of traveling. The first 2 flights were okay, but when I arrived in Istanbul, I hadn't slept for 24 hours. It started being really hard to keep going. I wasn't going to get a hotel in Singapore, but when I got there, I was sick and incredibly exhausted. I arrived into my room, I put down all my stuff, and then I went out. I wanted to like see the airport because it's a very special airport. I got to see this little show with the fountain and everything. I was like really about to faint. I was starting to shake. I was having a hard time like breathing and stuff. I had to go get food, and like I called my mother, and I was crying because I didn't know where to go, what to eat. There was like so many choices, you know. And right now I just can't wait to arrive. The only thing I can think about is how I'm alone, and I hate being alone. Like, I always travel with my family, and I hate like traveling alone. I'm like very tired also, so if I cry it's like probably because like I'm tired. Maybe I'm just feeling that way because I'm tired. I don't really know, like I'm not really sure how I'm really feeling, because all I can feel right now is being sad and scared. And then I feel guilty because I feel that way. And I'm the one who chose to go there. And I don't really understand why I feel that way. But I kept going. And after 3 days of traveling, I landed in Darwin. I can't explain it, but the moment I landed here, everything felt right. I just know I'm in the right place at the right time. And I can't wait to see what's coming to me. At the station and after it as well. I guess we just have to figure it out together. See you next week for the next episode.